All right, everybody, and welcome to Hard Rock History, episode 16. I am your host, Paulie Christine, and today, listen, when they say the hardest working man in showbiz, this guy, and I'm gonna curse a lot at the end of this episode because I'm fucking amazed by him. This man is in some of the greatest bands ever created: Journey, Thin Lizzy, Black Star Riders, Ted Nugent, Whitesnake. I mean, it goes on and on. He's doing Satch Vai right now. It's Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. Then he's going on his own solo with Vinny Moore and Adrian Vandenberg. Then going to Black Star Riders over the summer. When they say vocalist, bass players, this man I would put with Jack Bruce. I would put with Geddy Lee. I would
Oh
put
my
with
God.
Glenn Hughes. I would put with Paul McCartney because he is, listen, and not in the range of whatever you want. This is a hard rock person that has amazing personality, that kicks ass, does the backbeat, keeps the rhythm together for these bands. Great background vocals before doing, and a great. I mean, listen, we're going to talk about solo albums. I can ramble all day about this man, and I had the pleasure of meeting him on a Kiss cruise when he was with even the Dead Daisies. I didn't mention the Dead Daisies.
Yeah,
And
we
my
forgot about
wife
that.
truly loves him too. I have one of the greatest photos of Marco and my wife. And Marco's looking at the camera. My wife is looking at Marco. It is fantastic. Again, Marco Mendoza we're talking about. God, brother, thank you so much. I mean, listen,
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe you're here. That you
Oh
have
my
like
God.
50 dates you're gonna have in the future.
Yeah. I did three interviews yesterday, and
Oh,
I have a few today, one later on, but for California. But well, wow, man, I'm impressed. What a great
your
introduction,
your
and
resume is like a scroll.
I'm flattered, to be honest. And
Thank you.
uh, the bottom line for me, Paul, is this is a privilege. What we do is a privilege. There's a lot of cats out there doing the same, and they've been fortunate enough, like me, to be at the right place at the right time, and to be invited to collaborate, to participate in so many things. So I trust me, I feel very, very, very grateful. And when I get an introduction like that, I'm reminded how more grateful I should be because. It is a privilege, man, and I still love what I do after so many years. I love the challenge of living up to, responsibilities and commitments. Always challenging myself to learn new music, to refresh music that I did in the past. Um, I'm trying to really focus more. I have in the past 4 or 5 years more on the singing side of things, and that's
Is it a
it's quite a
challenge?
it's a challenge and a
Yeah.
responsibility for a lot of reasons. A lot of it, I'll be the first one to tell you, physically, it's very demanding for
Mm-hmm.
a singer. As a player, I use different muscle memory, and I have years of experience and all that, and know what to do, how to handle that. But the singing part of it is it's just a different lifestyle. You have
Mm-hmm.
to stay away from the loud rooms. You have to stay away from using your voice so much, talking all day. And look at me, man. This is what I do all day.
You
I'm a
know,
communicator, right? I like I'm a social guy.
You know what? I'm
So
shocked is that you're doing lead vocals too with the Satch Vai group,
yes,
as it is too.
yeah,
And like I said, you just like off the air, you just say, like you say, you did 3 interviews yesterday. You're
yeah.
doing an interview today. Are you playing tonight, or is the
No,
Beacon
no, this
Theater the
is
next show?
no, we go back up tomorrow. Where tomorrow we are in Reading, PA. We had a few days off here in
Okay,
Philadelphia, which is kind of cool. The weather's been terrible,
they're
but
terrible
today
over
we
the
see
weekend.
sunshine, and I'm gonna go work out a little bit and just take care of me, man. Take care of the body and the voice. I came down with a little bug that everybody had.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was sharing it. That's the other thing. You go out on tour, you're not in a protected environment, right? You're not at home, you're not resting right, you're not eating right, your schedule's all over the place. I'm not complaining because I've been doing this for a while, but those are the things that I point out. You have to really focus in. Today I'm going to go work out a little bit, swim a little bit, get a little sun, do the sauna if I can to get rid of this bug, to get ready for
Yeah.
tomorrow because we have four in a row. And every gig's important, but these are very important gigs. And to be singing in front of Joe Satriani and Steve Vai with Kenny Arnoff on drums, pile driving, man, amazing. That cat's, I love that guy's playing. I love the guy. The guy it's a great human being. That cat. And Joe and Steve. I mean, they're. I got to tell you, there's nothing. I can't stop talking about them because they're just great people. You know what
How
I
did this
mean?
formation happen?
Um, in October of 24, I got a call from Joe, and I get a lot of calls like this. You can
You're
imagine, and
listen.
that.
You're a go-to guy. That's what we call you, Marco.
Well, yeah, 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 yeah.
You
Thank
know.
you.
You know. It's
And
like,
I,
oh, who do I need? Boom. This is the guy you call.
yeah, yeah. And he said, Marco, this is Joe. Hey, Joe, how are you? We had met in a few places here and there. We most recently at a festival in France where I played there with the Daisies, and he was going on, and Doug, we did a jam with Doug, and it was cool. But I guess he heard my name. My name got thrown onto his radar. He was looking to change like cats do from every so often they like to change and go in different directions and all that. And he called and said, "How are you, Joe? Nice to meet you, man, or see you or talk to you." He says, "I'm coming down to LA. Any chance you're going to be home a week from now?" Um, and I said, "Well, let me look at my schedule." I said, "Yes, I'm leaving the next morning to Europe or something. I'm coming down to meet my grandson, and I would love to meet for a coffee if you have a minute." I said, "Yeah, I would love to, man." And I had no idea. I have, in this business, you learn not to have any preconceived ideas or expectations or anything because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of planning, Paul, that
Yeah.
happens that gets together and then it never happens. Even
Right.
when it's,
Right. Right.
I mean, I've been at airports, I have flown to countries to do a project, and I've landed, and I get picked up and they tell me it's not going to happen. It got
Wow.
canceled, or it's just the industry. It's what's happening now with after the pandemic and before. It's just one of those businesses, right? So
Yeah.
I always take it with a grain of salt, and I said, "Yeah, I'd love to meet you," with no expectations, no idea what he was talking about or what he was planning. And we meet, and I find him to be really extremely cool, extremely down to earth cat. Um, this is Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
He's alone. He's by himself. He says, "I have this other guitar player that we're talking to, Pete Thorne. He's showing up too."
Mm.
So we had a minute to talk, and he said, "Marco, you come highly recommended. You play with a pick, right?" I said, "Yeah, man. I like to rock out, and most of the stuff that I do is played with a pick, and but I can also play with a finger. It says, "Yeah, we've been watching your stuff. Steve and I are planning to put a band together. We want to do a joint thing," which I immediately went, "Wow, that sounds like really fun, man." With these guys are the trailblazers of our time in the guitar world. You can't get any better. They are the highest of the highest, and they have all my respect and more, man. Now that I know them as people, they're like
Right.
amazing. Uh, so I'm going in the back of my mind, go, "That's good. This is gonna be cool." So he says, "Yeah, we've been watching. Steve and I've been watching your stuff, and we've heard your live stuff, and we know that you like to play a little bit of jazz fusion on the side with your fretless, and uh, so we would like to have players that can pull off the rock out, and also do a little bit of fusion stuff that understands what needs to be played as a bass player. But we're also looking for a singer, a bass player that can sing. And we heard your singing, and we dig it. So yeah, would you be interested?" At that time, Pete Thorne shows up, and then the conversation goes in his direction and all that. And then I had to split. I had a session, I believe. I think I was running a little late, and I said, "Bro, I'd like to hang, but I got a commitment." So he says, "Yeah, great. We will be in touch." The next day, I get a call from his manager, from Morty, and said they told me what's going on. What the plan was to tour in 25 and 26, a 2-year commitment,
Wow.
and then possible other things, you know. But they needed that commitment because they wanted to book the dates, announce the lineup, and all that. And I said, absolutely yes. I came back from wherever I came back a month or 2 months later, and then I get a call from Eric, his producers, is we got some songs we want you to play on. So I, I played on 3 or 4 tracks that I can remember. I can't. I get busy, Paul.
I
I'm
don't know. I
really,
don't know how your brain is handling.
excuse
God
me.
bless you
Yeah,
that your brain is that strong.
thank you, man. Well, we can talk about that later, but
Well, let me ask
uh,
you this quick:
mhm.
do numbers mean something to you finance wise? Like, did they approach you and say we're going to give you such and such a week or such and such monthly? Does that like matter to you, or you're like, hey, this is cool to be with these guys and whatever they give me, you
The
know?
financial thing. Well, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've never been. The reason why I'm not filthy rich.
Are you
Uh, uh,
comfortable?
I'm very comfortable,
Yeah.
thank God, but I'm still working. I still
Yeah.
need to work. But the reason is again because I stay really grounded, and I understand what a privilege it is because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of cats that they could have gone in that direction.
Right.
I mean, these guys have played with the best of the best. You know that.
In our genre, listen, like I said, I'm a big music guy. You are known. Your
Yeah,
name is known. You know what I'm
not to
saying?
sound pretentious, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and not as not to say as you as a big head, but you're like I said again. I will always say go-to guy. The Brooklyn thing, you're a go-to guy. Who I need blah blah. You go get Marco. Call Marco. That's
Yeah,
how I feel about you, and
and
especially
by the way, I'm great in the kitchen too. So
oh,
call me
you're a good cook.
if you need a cook. Yeah.
Good, come on over. You know,
No,
my
no.
wife will help you. Believe she's
All right, all right.
listen. This ain't the Whoppers, okay? This is all home cooking, baby.
You're such a sweetheart, man. Cool. But so that's what happened. As far as the financial thing,
Yeah,
that's in and out. I've never been the guy that's dictated by. I'm not chasing the money.
right.
I never will. Money comes. I chase the
It's the
passion.
memories that you got to have coming up.
It's the passion that as a musician, I have to go back to this. As a musician, this is the highest, in my opinion, as guitar players are concerned. These are the cats that are on top of the heap, man. They're true artists, bro.
Right.
They're artistes in that they have their own canvas with their own brushes, their own colors, and to be asked to participate, I get chills. I
Right.
still do.
Right.
And like I got chills when I got called from, when Ted called me, Nugent calls me, he's screaming and yelling. It says, yeah. And I'm like, wow, like when I got a call from David Coverdale. And these
Yeah.
and you're getting calls directly from the cast, not managers or anything. And I could go on and on and on. Scott Gorham, then Lizzy, John Sykes, and Edgar Winter, which I kind of lost track that I worked with him. And Neil Sean. I got really close to him. I consider him a brother. He's one of those guys, man. So when you get those calls, I revert back to the kid in Tijuana. I don't know if you know, but I grew up in Tijuana, south
Mm-hmm.
of the border,
Mm-hmm.
in my garage with my guitar, learning my C major chord and my D and my minor A, and learning how to play 3 or 4 songs. And so I go there. I'm from the heart, bro. I'm from the gut, from the heart. The money it is important because I do, I've raised kids and I have a family and I support myself
Yeah.
and my family.
Responsibilities.
Yeah. But it's I have to say it is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
But with cat, I think with certain level of players in our world, in our industry, they understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And they know what you are worth in the marketplace.
Right.
If we were to put a number on what a player like me is worth, like a player like me, like other cats, it's pretty much a standard.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very comfortable, and just the thought of being on stage with the cats and learning the music, Joe's music and Steve's music, and being challenged because you are challenged. excuse me, it's the growth that you're doing, the inner growth and inner strength, and understanding that you're able and capable of learning this stuff and playing it at this point in my career, you know. So I remain teachable. I remain hungry. I remain thirsty. And bro, I mean, the calls that I'm getting now, you know, I'm 95 years old, you know, you understand that. I
You look
like,
good. You look good for that age, bro. Let me tell you.
thank you. But it's just, bro, I can't find any words to show, you know, how grateful I am.
Yeah.
I call it the attitude of gratitude.
And,
I'm at my best when I have that, when I live in that world.
right.
When I have the attitude of gratitude, everything falls into place. There's a reason for everything. And
And
it's,
you know what too? You have a gracing presence too.
thank you,
Like
man.
meeting you, Marco. I met you. I met you in the
Did we
war.
meet at Jones Beach?
No, we met on the
Were you
Kiss
there
cruise. I
on the
was there.
Kiss?
We met on the Kiss cruise.
I was
Eh,
thinking we met, I was there with Journey.
No, 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 no.
That night where it got flooded. And
Yes,
there's a bunch.
I know
Yeah.
the
Oh my.
story.
Okay. For some
Yeah.
reason, I thought you were there
So
too.
we met on the Kiss cruise, and we were walking in one of the hallways, and you came up to me, and you're like, "Do you know how to work Apple computers?" Because you were having a problem
I'm
on the
always
ship.
having
On the
problems.
ship, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you're getting online. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah. You're like, yeah, because we are talking about sure websites and this like that, and I'm like, oh, I said I'll try to help you, and it never happened. But then when I met, then we did the meet and greet and met you again. It's like when I met you the second time, it's like I knew you forever
yes.
because you become recognizable to the person. You recognize
Yeah.
the person. I say you're very gracious.
You
There's
become
no
familiar.
bullshit
Yeah.
about you, Marco. You know what
None.
I'm saying,
None.
bro? You're a hugger. You know what I mean? You're a
Yeah.
guy who likes to touch and feel and be in the moment.
Oops.
It's great.
I,
It's fantastic.
it is great. I've gotten in trouble because of that, but I've learned to just kind of feel it
Back
out. But
off of it.
I
It's
grew up
got you
like
got to
that,
know who
bro.
you're doing it with. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And you're like that.
Yeah.
And just
Big
talking
teddy
to you
bear.
again. Yeah. You know, there's no glass in between you and
Right.
other people, man. And same here. I'm like, bro, this is who I am. This is what I got. I'm a touchy-feely guy. I express respect, and you know, I'm very amicable. I'm friendly. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not
Hmm.
living up to anything. What you see is what you get. If you need a bass player that can sing and will give you 120%, not 100. I've learned that from my dad. 120%. Call me. I will get the job done. And
Right.
I think that's the reputation that I have. You know, the other thing I do have to talk about is
Yes.
I wouldn't be here because of you know, I had a lot of trouble with alcohol and drugs. And in 87, September 20th of 87, thank God, man, I was given, it was divine intervention in my life that I was given the opportunity to choose the sober life.
Hmm.
And there's no doubt in my mind, Paul, that I wouldn't be here, bro. If things were really bad,
Did you
I
hit your
won't get,
bottom? Did you have a
I
bottom,
mean, but
bro?
the bottom was like the lowest of the, it doesn't even exist on the radar. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you have the gutters here and it's like way, because I was in a lot of trouble. So I also remember that. I revert to that when I get these calls from these cats, and I'm going, "Wow, thank you, God, man. I'm doing
Right.
something right, and I have to live up." You
Right.
know, if and these guys are calling me, they're depending on me getting the job done, and I try to do that. But I do it joyfully. I really enjoy it. And you know, the business side of it is one thing. The creative side is another thing. I'm on stage, man, and we've done how many shows with Steve Vai and Joe, and Kenny and Pete. We've done so many, and I'm still. I talk about it. I get excited. I get chills. I get goosebumps, man. With these guys, what they're doing with the guitar, amazing, man. It's just
What was Kenny the man too? Did they audition drummers, or Kenny was the guy
no,
that
no, no.
sang too?
Kenny's been working with Joe. Joe,
Well, I know it's with Sammy doing the Sammy stuff.
with Sammy, the chicken foot
Yeah,
thing.
and
He
chicken.
came in
Right,
for
right, right.
Chad. I
Exactly.
think, but I think he's done Joe's project, solo project, a few times too. But
Okay.
Kenny's the go-to guy too,
Oh
bro.
yeah, he's hard working too, man.
He's that cat because he takes pride in what he does, his work. He is so dedicated, and I'm the same way. I do my homework. If you call me again, I had to revert to that again. But if you call me, my responsibility is to deliver. And on the financial side, to answer your question, but in the long way, it's very good. It's very comfortable
Mhm.
because they know what it is.
Right.
With these cats, there's no bullshit. There's none of that. And there's people out there that I won't mention names that are very tight and they will try to beat you up. And I've gotten to the point in my life that I know what my value is and what I need, to get financially when I go out on the road.
Well, I
And it's
counted
not
right now. I counted right now. Starting tomorrow, you're up to over 50 dates you're going to
okay,
be
there you go.
playing. Between them, solo, Black Star Riders, you're up to 50 dates you'll be playing throughout the song from
As of
now
as of now, well,
as of now.
there's another 12 or 15 coming up that I'm
Oh,
announcing
adding.
for October
Wow.
and November. And we're looking at South America. I'm getting invited, bro. I'm getting invited everywhere,
God bless.
everywhere. I
God
mean,
bless you.
like I said, there's a lot of work. So my main thing is to stay correct, to stay healthy, most important, which I am, thank God,
Mhm.
man. And I love what I do and deliver and show up on time, prepared, and be happy doing it.
D-
That's the
Does
other thing.
does the set change at all? Like, do you guys do jamming in between, or is it by the book, by the numbers, the set list itself?
With Joe,
It's yeah,
with Joe,
Satch, yeah.
I gotta say, every night there's some stuff going on, man. Uh, there's we used to do more, but because of the time constraints, and we're doing venues that are union venues that you can't go
Like
one
11
minute past,
o'clock, boom.
and they have to, load out has to happen at this time, the load in's got
Yeah.
to happen at this time. It's a union regulated thing, and you get big fines if you don't. These are the best venues, man, in the US. These are like pretty
Yeah,
decent
you're just
size.
playing some great places. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's union involved. So, in Europe, we had a lot more freedom. So we were just we were let go, man. And our sets would end up being longer than 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and you also have a crew that's waiting to load out. I mean, there's
Right.
a lot of things involved. So
Right.
you have to be really respectful of all the boundaries, and you have a team of people out there. We're the ones that get on stage, but behind the scenes, you have a lot of people working very hard, man. So there's a little bit of that going on, and Joe and Steve just go crazy, man. They find some real cool things, and I know it's being recorded. And I'm told that the album's coming out in October.
Oh, great.
They haven't announced it. It's not official.
Okay.
I shouldn't say anything, but
You
I
did.
just, but I just did. Uh, but wait for the official announcement. There's an album coming out, a studio album, and it's
Okay.
beautiful. It's just great, man.
They should
And
record a live show though with you guys right now too.
yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. We management got in touch with me and with everybody and said, we're working on releasing a live album. There's some great stuff
Oh,
going
good.
on, so we want to document it, and so that's going to happen too. So it's this is a pretty important project for a lot of reasons. For me personally, because just playing with the cats, and it's just gonna it also exposed me to another demographic. I'm realizing that
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. It's kind of like putting me back on the map a little bit, reminding people of who I am, what I do, and what
Right.
I've done.
Because there's people that I'm only listening to this. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
I knew about like let's for me like say Dream Theater. I was a hard
uh,
rock guy, Rainbow, Whitesnake, Alcatraz, Accept,
yeah.
all that shit. And then like I can't listen to that progressive stuff. And now that I'm in my late 50s, but as I go, holy shit, what did I? But it's nice because now I'm experiencing it and really enjoy. My ears are enjoying what it is right now.
Yeah, because you weren't ready to
Right.
open your ears and your head, and psychologically, you weren't ready to experience that level of
20-minute
musicianship.
songs, shit like that. It's like, oh my
But
God,
these cats are amazing, man.
amazing.
I mean, it's like, wow, Um, and I've learned to appreciate it all. I grew up again with my grandma when she came. My parents separated. My grandma came in to help my dad with us with the kids, and she brought a piano. And so my ears started developing in a very 6 years old, very young age, and she was she was playing all the classical cats, the Beethoven, the Bachs,
Box. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, and so my ears developed, and I appreciate that. Before I even played a guitar or any kind of music, that's what I was listening to, and I learned to appreciate the melodies and the rhythms, and I thought I wanted to play a little bit of piano, but it was a little, let's just say, it was a little too disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Too, it was hard for me because my brain was scattered, still is all over the place. I needed more room. And when I discovered the guitar, it gave me that space because I could take the guitar that was bought for my brother actually. I was the middle child. He was the older cat, so he was getting all the cool stuff.
You got the hand-me-downs.
Yeah, there you go. And I saw the guitar there. It was there, dusty, and I took it. And there was a guitar book with all kinds of chords. Mel Bay, 2000 and something course, if I remember correctly. And I grabbed the guitar and I would hide in little rooms away from everybody and anybody. So it was just me and the guitar learning at my own pace
Mm-hmm.
with no structure, no discipline. I would just take my time to learn. I would open the book and I say, okay, this is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Boom. And I learned two, three, four chords. And then I realized I was listening to the radio and going, oh, that sounds like it is an E chord and a D in it and the minor chord, and boom. And then I learned one song, Gloria. And then I learned another song. Remember Gloria,
Of
obviously,
course.
everybody. And that was like, whoa, the doors just opened up. My brain just went, wow,
Yeah.
how amazing. Because psychologically, when you don't understand them, you just hear it and you enjoy it. It's a good rhythm. The lyrics, it's very cool. It's animalistic. You
Mm-hmm.
you appreciate that energy, right? Um, but you don't understand it. But now, wow, these are the chords, and that was the beginning, man. Then I start learning more songs and more songs, and then my father got us, me and my brother got us Abbey Road, Beatles, and then my whole life
And
just
that was
went.
it.
That was it. Recently, I had the opportunity of, and I kept missing him and missing him, and I have a few friends that work there that are playing with him, Paul McCartney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to be in France, in the Paris area, and I got in touch with Abraham Lavoriel, the drummer who I had
Yes.
worked with in the studio, and I know his father. Everybody knows his dad, and because a bass player too. And he said, "Yeah, man, come over." So he got me in. I got to see. I was crying, man. I was like, it was so emotional for me because he represented the rest of my life and all
Right.
of my life.
Right.
What the Beatles did, and for me personally, um, without getting too heavy and emotional, it was like that was the reason why I play music today. Most of the reason, so it meant a lot. And the one that killed me was Blackbird when he just did. I remember my brother who passed away, and everything that we did when we were coming up. He wanted to play drums, so he played drums. I played guitar. My father made sure that we surrounded us with amplifiers and instruments. This is how cool he was. He was a different kind of cat, right?
Yeah.
Old school, hardcore,
Disciplined.
military, very disciplined,
Yeah.
military, boom, no BS. This is how it is, but he bought me a guitar and an amp, and he saw the potential of us, wanting to do something musical, and he surrounded us with that, and he built like a little rehearsal studio next to the pad, our house. How cool is that? So that became our sanctuary, and we started spending more time, and the rest is history, like they say, But um, that's
How was
all.
your
That's all.
account? How was your encounter with McCartney?
I'm sorry.
You said you met Paul, right?
Well, no, no, no. Oh,
Oh,
this is another thing. I was supposed to meet him,
okay.
because I told Abraham, I said, bro, you know, this is really a bucket list for me. If I ever have a chance, and there had been a few times before that we were in Germany. I think I can't remember who I was touring with, but we were in Germany, and Toto and Paul McCartney were in the same hotel. So by chance, we all happened to go to the bar, the restaurant. We're all there. They go, whoa, 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 and they were playing the next. Oh, I was there with the Dead Daisies, and they were playing the next day. Uh, and I said, "Is Paul here?" Yeah. Well, can you arrange for me to meet him, man? I'd love to meet him just to get a picture and say thank you. Yeah, yeah. Come tomorrow. I said, well, we're leaving tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's one opportunity that I can think of that I missed on. But there had been a few when they came to LA and all that. But so this was said. So, and I remember I was supposed to meet him at 6:30, right? Backstage. I don't know if you traveled to Paris or France.
I
I
have.
was on the outside of Paris, and I grabbed a taxi. Unbeknownst to me, the traffic. Long story short, I got there at 6:45, 6:50, and he
He
was gone.
left.
Yeah, they kind of organized a little bit of a meet and greet with
Yeah.
special VIPs, backstage. And I said, "Oh no, wow!" So I missed it, but I got to see the show. Most importantly, and it stays ingrained in my brain. A great memory, great, great memory. It was
And he's
very
still
important.
killing it too, man. Like almost
He's
three
killing
hour
it.
shows. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the whole evening was amazed, man. And the next morning I flew to, I don't know where to, but maybe, uh, I don't know. I was somewhere in Germany, or I can't keep track. And then I did 1,000 dates after that.
I said in
Excuse me.
my when my wake happens and they have the pictures of your life, my soundtrack definitely in my life is gonna be one of the songs included. That
In
song
my
is
life,
oh,
yes.
oh,
That's a beautiful. I mean,
beautiful.
he's
So
written some.
poignant.
Yes, he's written some beautiful songs. Yesterday, and The Long and Winding Road, Let It Be. Come on, Hey Jude. These are spiritual things,
Ridiculous.
man.
Ridiculous.
They connect with your heart.
Well, did you watch? I'm sure you watched that Get Back documentary, right?
Yes,
And just
I'm a
them in the studio, and he's just tinkering,
yeah,
and then comes out with the freaking song. And he's getting like George is going that way, Ringo's doing this, John's hanging out with Yoko, and there he is, man, tinkering. Oh, I think I got it, and
yeah,
you're like, holy shit.
yeah. He's one of those cats, man. He's very well connected to the source,
Yeah, yeah,
upstairs.
yeah.
He really is. And all those
It's
guys
true. I
were
really believe there's a door that opens and lets all that stuff come out of you.
yeah,
It's not like you can't be, really something has to happen for you to like. I'm
yeah,
sure with you, like when you do your solo albums too.
yeah.
Is it sometimes you wait? Is it wake up in the middle of the night? Is it walking down the street type of stuff that you
A
may
little bit
catch
of
a
both.
lyric? And do you
Yeah.
do you do it in your recorder on your iPhone or whatever to catch the lyric and stuff?
Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. But you know what, Paul? You don't know when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. The hardest thing for us as human beings is to be aware of our surroundings, of our here and now. There's beauty everywhere.
Right,
We just we're just taught to keep moving fast. You got to work hard. You got to make money. You got to pay your bills. You got to do this. Got to do that. Got to do. I think the writing and the songs and the ideas and inspiration comes when you actually stop and you listen
right.
and you notice. It sounds a little deep, but when you notice, I've had a few. times where things were just coming up, coming down, and we happen to be in the studio. And these are the emotional tracks that come out of you.
Right.
And you write your lyrics the way you write, and you write the music the way you write, and it just happens. And for some reason, it identifies with other human beings, and you don't understand why or how, but it connects. It's something we can't. If we had a way to kind of bottle it and recognize it and tap into it whenever we wanted to, then you would
It would
have
be instantaneous and be like 10,000 albums a month coming out then that way.
yeah.
Uh,
It's one of those things, and I can actually name the times where I was in the studio and emotionally I was going through some kind of changes, and you open your heart, and there's a few times where I cried and the lyrics just came down, man. It came down, and you write about how you're feeling at the moment and how you wish things were. And it's honest. Lyrically, it might not be, deep lyrics, but it's just straight. It's from one human being
yeah.
connecting with another human being about a story, and uh,
And is the
and that
music
happens,
itself too coming to you
of
as you're
course.
right? You're hearing that too as it goes
Yeah,
along.
yeah. It's very important for me. I'm that kind of guy where I need to be in the studio with people I trust. Very important. You've heard this said before, maybe. The people that trust and that trust you, that there's a lot of mutual respect. There's no egos. That's out the window. It's about trying to open up spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and let the magic come in.
Hmm.
And that doesn't happen with just anybody, you know. And there's a few cats that I have that with. It's like magic. It's I can't put my finger on it, what happens, but it happens with very few people. And I'm in the process of doing that, putting an album together. We're thinking maybe an EP these days because I already have 4 albums, right?
Right.
So we just want to put some new music out, and there's a plan to put out some new music, and it'll come out of right now. It's coming out of left field in that it's not what's expected of me, but it's important to me
Right.
as an artist, as me, to show my expression
Satisfying yourself also.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and to talk and sing about things that are important in our world today. The older I get, Polly, the more I feel that it's more important to what's my legacy? What am
Hmm.
I, am I just going to be one of the go-to guys that works forever until he can't, makes a few bucks and takes care of the family? No, there's a deeper consciousness within me that is screaming out, do something that can make a difference in the world, in your circles, and people around you. It's very important. So that's I'm looking for that. And hopefully it'll happen before, in my lifetime. Like I said, I'm 95 years old, so it's good. But yeah, there's music is very powerful, more than we realize the power
It's
that
healing. It's healing.
it's it's very healing, and
Well,
that
listen, the
vehicle.
same thing. You know what's funny psychologically, Marco?
Uh-huh.
When I was a teenager, and if I broke up with a girl,
Oh,
every sad song came on the radio.
yeah.
Every emotional thing that talked about breakups and being with someone and da 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 da. And I like it's almost like you can't escape it because it's talking to you
Can I
that
say
way.
something? Yeah. And the truth is that all these songs have been there before, but you had to be moved emotionally to be receptive to that. That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
and to grab a bunch of people that understand where you're coming from. It's very important. That's a sign of a good song that comes from the heart. And the Beatles and Paul McCartney and John Lennon and George. I mean, listen to the songs, man. Come on. It's beautiful.
Well, I feel that your One Direction song, the song itself,
Uh-huh.
is very Beatleish.
Yes, yes.
You
I
hear it in there.
absolutely. That came it's called New Direction.
New
Um
Direction, pardon
yeah,
me.
yeah. It's very much that way. in that that riff came from David Lowie, actually, from the Dead
Yeah, Dead
Daisies.
Days. Yeah, yeah.
And when I was with the Dead Daisies, we were constantly coming up with ideas and recording ideas. So we go in this to the studio. We did, I don't know how many albums, a lot. I was there for
How many
5 years.
singers?
Yeah, I know. Um, but we did a lot of music while we were there. So backstage on any given tour, we'd be writing ideas. And I'd have my phone, I would always have my phone coming up with ideas. So when the time came to go into the studio, we would all get together and put our ideas. It's a potluck. You throw it in there, and the producer would help us kind of put things together. And then we grab the guitars and you put the songs together, top to bottom, arrange them and all the whole thing. Well, this came from David, that riff. And that riff reminded me right away of a sitar,
Mm-hmm.
dinging and the tablas. It reminded me of the Beatles. That's where it came from, that inspiration. So it was not a conscious, it's not like, okay, let's make it sound like it just ended that way because that's where our inspiration came from, influence.
Right.
I am that kind of cat where everything I'm learning, it goes into the back of my head. It just stores there. And when the time comes to paint your own canvas with your own brushes and paint, it's going to be influenced and inspired by so many things. So yeah, it went that way and I dug it. And it was funny that the album ended up being that was the title cut
Yeah.
because it was supposed to be Take It to the Limit.
Okay. Oh, that's a
The other
great song too. Great.
things that was supposed to be, but if you remember, the pandemic was hitting hard, and the label didn't know what to do. Everybody froze, including me, and we were supposed to release it in 20. I wasn't able to finish because I couldn't travel. All of a sudden, everything was frozen, and I didn't finish the album until 22.
22 April 15th, 2022.
That's when it got released.
Yes.
New Direction,
Yes, sir.
or was it no? Was it
That well
23?
that well I'm looking on iTunes right now. That's what it's showing
Oh,
as the release.
okay. The
Yeah.
song. I think the song came out.
Well, the complete album. The song you might have released the song earlier than that.
Yeah. So we released the single, Take It to the Limit, and that was supposed to be the title. And it went on for 1, 2 years, and it kind of lost its sizzle. So we had to come up with a new title. And based on what was going on around the world, I said, I like this new direction thing, something to think about. The lyrics go, can we find it? That the same old story, a conscious effort for people to go, you deliver a song that talks about, hey, let's just be kinder to each other.
Yeah.
Let's just look for another way of thinking. Let's just look for another way to getting along with other people. The world is a vast place. We have our own little thing, but learn how to share, learn how to respect, be courteous, be loving, peace and love, la la la.
Right.
The same old story.
Ringo, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
But it's
so
so true,
let me ask
irrelevant.
let me ask
Uh-huh.
you how did you live during uh COVID? How did you make yourself, sane during that time?
Um, well, for me, it was kind of cool. I got to be home.
That was the biggest break of your life, basically, right?
I got to be home, and I live with a family where everybody is really busy, extremely busy. We live in California. Everybody's got their own social life,
Hmm.
and my kids were in school. My wife is working, and then she got laid off. My kids stopped going to school. All of a sudden, we were at home. So I gotta say, the good side is that we reconnected in a
You
different
got to
way.
know
We
each other again.
we got to know each other, if you want to put it that way, and uh, and it was a little rough for me because all I've known my whole life is the road and traveling and music and being creative and all that, and so that threw a little wrench in my being. But what we navigated, and we came up with that book. Mark Allison, my guy here in Scotland, We were trying to find ways to stay in touch with the fans and just put something
I
out
own it.
there. Just think,
I bought it,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, Showtime, and he's brilliant like that, and he does all the graphics, with my input. You can tell I'm a color guy. I need
Yes, you are.
colors.
Even
I need
the
cut.
album cover of New Direction
I need colors. I
and
need,
Viva La Rock too.
yeah, the videos that were shot, they were shot in black and white, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm not happy with that. So we put the splashes and did whatever we could. But so we did about nine or 10 months of inactivity in the music world and work, and then everybody started slowly going back to school. You know, at home, they were doing at home schooling, and then my
Yeah.
wife was working from home, and that was great because all of a sudden we get an income and activity going on. Everybody freaked. I can't say that we
Yeah.
didn't. For the first time, Paul, I thought this music thing is gonna, it's
No one's
over.
gonna go to shows anymore. It's yeah, yeah,
You have to deal with that. And
yeah.
imagine me, I never finished high school, man. I never got, I was never trained to do anything
This was
else.
it.
This is it. I'm a survivor, and I would find a way eventually because that's who I am.
Right.
But this was it. And so it was a bit of an awakening. So when the opportunity came up to tour again, and I was given advice not to, I will say this, I take responsibility. I said, no, this is what I do. We were touring in Europe when nobody else was.
Mm.
And we were playing to half capacity rooms, seating, the
Distance.
seat, distance, mask seating.
Yeah.
And it worked for me because we broke all kinds of records
Because you were
because
out there.
because I'm out there and there was
Yeah.
very few of us. I was, you could count them in one hand, and people were dying to go out. So it worked for me on the business side, and we did well, and it kind of built my name, my solo, my as a solo artist, kind of put me on the radar in a better way, and then. And then the rest is history again. You start building on that. And I started enjoying it. I'm like, again, I've really, you get to appreciate something when it's taken away from you. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to say. And it's been like that. It's been like uphill. Just every year that happened since then, since 22. I got the call from Neil to play with Journey. I'm like, wow. The Journey Through Time thing happened. Iconic, we're on the second album, Revolution Saints. Now I'm doing that.
Oh,
We put out my
I
solo
love it.
album. I'm working on a new album. I'm,
Dean is such a secret weapon. It's
he's
unbelievable.
amazing.
And him
Yeah,
too. And listen, and you were with him when he was going through hard times himself,
yes,
So,
yeah,
and then to come back and now he's strong and it's sounding, I mean, we saw him in Jersey with Journey. I mean, he could be the lead singer of Journey. There's no bullshit.
absolutely,
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
Well, if you
But they
check out
need a
Journey,
front man.
yes,
That's what
yeah,
it is.
Neil's been like that. He needs a cat to do that, but we'll see what happens, man. I don't want to say too much about that,
And
but
Doug is Doug playing guitar? Who's playing guitar for your Revolution?
Uh, no, Doug's been out of the loop there for a while.
Okay.
I think he did two
Yes.
albums. I can't keep track.
And who's on the
Joel, Joel
a
Hoekstra.
Hulk? Oh, the other go-to guy.
Exactly. He's amazing, huh?
I'm
That
getting
cat.
Joel on like in a month from now. I can't wait to talk to. I mean, he's
Oh,
doing Rat right now,
I
Marco.
know. I
It's
know.
crazy. He's crazy. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
but
And him too. He's like you. You guys are so great on stage. You know what is? You know what I see? Like, can I ask you this?
yeah.
In the beginning, your first couple of shows, I guess it might be a little rough. You got to know the music and
It
hey,
takes a
hey
few. It
guys,
takes a few live shows. Yeah,
right? And like say by the 10th show, you're locked in, right?
yeah.
Basically, and that's why I think. Are you free flowing then, man? Like personality wise, looking at the crowd and really giving all you got
I
because you really are a personable audience band member.
yes, I am. And I take responsibility for that. But
It's
I've
great.
always
It's
been,
great. We love it
yeah,
because you want and you interact and you look at the people and you smile and the way
to
you
a
play the
very,
bass and with the in the groove. It's fantastic, brother.
yeah. I thank you, man. I really, you have to be a little bit of a ham, you know.
You have to be.
But
It's a
but
show.
I but yeah, but I really enjoy being on stage. I really enjoy the opportunity of connecting with the audience. I'm very comfortable, bro. Extremely comfortable.
And we
I
love when you
always
throw
say,
out the picks, Marco. We love it.
oh yeah, I'm doing a little bit of that. Yeah, this is Steve's and Joe's
Show.
baby,
That's it, baby.
so
Yeah.
that's the other thing. I understand boundaries and I respect the opportunity to do whatever I can to help, to participate in any way I can without stepping on any boundaries. You have
Right.
to be respectful. That's who I am. I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm a little bit of a cat like that, emotional, and when I have respect, I have a lot of respect.
And you
But
should
anyway,
give and you should get respect from doing that also.
yeah, it's reciprocated
Right.
after a while.
Absolutely.
But I'll say this, man. No matter how big the project, it always takes. You can rehearse and you can be at rehearsals forever, and then you take it live on the stage, and that's a different animal because now, uh, uh,
Anything can
psycho
happen. Anything could go wrong.
psychologically, the pressure is on. Your concentration level needs to be 100 and plus percent. You got to know where everybody's doing at the same time. And listen, I'm a listener.
And you have
I,
inners too, right,
yeah,
Marco? Yeah.
yeah. I have to listen to if this guy is stage right and stage left, I have to listen to them. No matter what music it is, we're all together as a team. And
Right.
as a bass player, my first role is have one of a supportive role. You have to support together with the drums. My first job is to lock with the drummer. The drummer is driving always.
Right.
He's the driver, man. He's the pilot. I'm the co-pilot next to him, and we are. Our gig is
Hold
to
that
create
rhythm
that
down.
foundation, the rhythm, the
Hmm.
groove, the pocket, so that all these cats, the soloists and guitar players and instrumentalists and singers, the melody makers, can lay on and be comfortable and do their thing. So it always takes about 3 or 4 shows, I say.
Right.
My average in my head. It might be sooner, because that's the other thing. I really love, rehearsals. I really love people that like to rehearse and prepare. This show in particular has got a lot of production. So there's a lot of video, a lot of lighting that needs to be in sync with rhythm, with performances and soloists, spotlights, and this and that, and the whole thing. So you have to prepare for that. It always takes 3 or 4 shows.
Hmm.
After that, it's just you just let yourself out of the cage, if you will, and participate and support the songs, support the show, and we're having a great time. Joe and Steve know how to have a good time now that the music's together and it's reaching a higher level every night. I keep saying that, but it's true of what is going on, and I I have to kind of like stay focused because I'm become a fan, man, on stage,
Right. 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 Right.
bro.
You get
Without
a
say,
little overwhelmed with what's going on and like, holy shit, yeah.
and you can imagine again. I can throw names like you wouldn't believe. I played with some of the best I have. I've been
I know
very
your
lucky and
resume,
fortunate.
brother. I know your
Yeah,
resume.
but whatever these cats are doing every night, and it's different. It's like, wow, these guys come out with a new gallon of paint with a different brush every night, man. And it's just wow. What we get at the end of the night, it's like another beauty, man, another
Right.
work of art. That's the way I look at it. And
And you know what? And it's appreciative to the fan because there's a lot of ones that go to multiple shows
yeah,
that follow you, that they love. They're massive Steve Vai fans,
yeah,
massive Joe Satriani fans, and they go and see 5 or 6 shows. And for them,
mhm,
that's the treat.
it is.
You
And,
know?
and that the other thing, they are music fans themselves. They like rock and roll. They like the classics. They like to cover songs, certain songs a certain way, and surprise, and so
Mhm.
there's that element as well. And I get to stretch out a little bit there, and I'm having a blast, man. I can't say anything wrong about this.
Is
I wish it,
is the set list locked in?
right now it is because of the
Okay.
time constraints. We were trying at the beginning last year, we were all over the place, and we can't do that in the US.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and certain songs will be um, omitted or included if you need a little extra. You need to fill an extra 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And we have a crew. They have a crew that's just killer, man. They're on top of all of it. So we have great guidance in that department as well.
And you
So
have Tosin,
well,
and you have Tosin opening up for you too. So
yes,
that's another thing. And they're like what, about 45, 50 minutes?
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Right. And
I
then you
think
got to do
they,
the breakdown for that. So
yeah,
it's all that.
animals as leaders, man, is
Oh, great.
mind blowing stuff. But they vary. I think they have a little room,
They're
wiggle
here.
room. Yeah, but it's a great evening, man. A great. When is this coming out? When is?
This our show next week.
Uh, it'll be after the
On
tour
Monday.
is
Next
over.
Monday, I'll yeah, it'll be out.
It'll be out. Great. Well, it's too bad because I wanted to tell people to come if you haven't gotten tickets
Oh well,
next time.
I could post it today. That's not a problem. You know,
If you want to edit or whatever, it'd be cool, man. The last four
no
shows,
problem.
I'm trying to spread the word because it's just something to be seen. You
Yeah,
really,
I'm sad I'm not
I
going to it.
I know there's Steve Vai fans. I know there's Joe Satriani fans. We have a few fans, Kenny and myself and Pete Thorne. Uh, but when you come and see the whole schlemiel, it's insane, man. I will guarantee you will come out going, wow, that wow factor. You know what I mean? And we have a good time on stage, which again reflects on the audience, and we try to get them up on their feet and dancing around and clapping and singing, and we have
And you're playing Jersey. You're playing the Borgata on
yeah,
Friday. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like that, bro. It's a good one. And again, I'll be coming back with my thing. That's the other thing I'd like to talk about is
absolutely. The solo dates. So yeah, so now you're gonna be doing a tour with Adrian Vandenberg, Vinny Moore, and yourself. Now,
uh
are you doing a trio for you?
we decided to do something different. Yeah, I usually go out with a three piece.
Okay.
And yeah, Reading, PA is tomorrow, May 27th, for the folks here in PA area. Santander Performing Arts
Right,
Center.
that's right. That's the next show. Right.
Thursday is the Beacon Theater in New York. The 28th, the 29th is Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Atlantic
I
City,
like
New Jersey.
Atlantic City, and then the 30th,
I'm doing Wolf
we're in
Trap in
Vienna,
Virginia.
Wolf Trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, if we put it out before, folks come out.
I will.
You won't regret it.
I will do it for you today.
It would be cool. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, we decided every time I go out for a lot of reasons, things started shrinking. The budget started shrinking. The cost of travel started getting blowing out of proportion. And the only way to make it happen is to kind of, make it compact. So I always surround myself with the best players. I'm very lucky that way. And a lot of these cats are unknown. And I got to tell you, I've got these kids, man. They're kids.
So
21.
you're not going with the guys that you made the albums with. You have new guys doing it.
No, the cats that I record with are extremely busy. Let's just
Okay.
say that, and their schedules don't coincide with mine. So, and I started getting to know people in Europe. Bro, there's a lot of talent, unknown talent out there that people have no idea who they are because, it's a different world. Uh, and I'm lucky that I get exposed to these cats. Soren Anderson, who has now been hanging out with Glenn Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
He was my first guitar player, and I met him in Denmark. I met him at the Music Messe in Germany, and I just fell in love with him. I fell in love with his playing, who
He
he
was doing the
is.
Deep Purple stuff, right, with Glenn?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah,
with Glenn. I mean, that cat can play anything.
phenomenal. Great
Phenomenal,
feeling.
uh, great feeling. He can, he can do the whole thing. He's got his own vibe. He's developed his own voice, guitar playing wise.
Awesome.
He's a great songwriter, singer, producer. He's a great engineer in the studio. He's got it all. So him and I, he's one of those cats that I have that magic with. We get together, and these last two albums, that was him, producing. And I'm not kidding you when I say, bro, in 4 days, 5 days, we have the albums done.
Wow.
For a lot of reasons, we try to, like we were talking earlier, try to capture that thing, that magic when it's there. Don't worry about polishing it too much. Don't worry about
You
making
kept it
it
raw.
deeper. It's very instinctual. It's all instinct. We like it. We hear it. Boom. Okay, it's done. Then we work on the arrangement. We bring the drummer in. We record the rhythm tracks. It's really fast.
Hmm.
I like it that way because it's sincere. It's real. He's one of those cats that I discovered and I started using him. We've done a lot of shows over in Europe, and I started using him in the US too. But he's developed a reputation. He's in high demand. So I couldn't use him. And I've used a lot of cats from England, Mickey McChrystal from Newcastle on guitar. I'm using Drew Lowe also, who these are all session guys from England.
Hmm.
And Chris on drums. I have a lot of cats that I use from Chris Allen on drums from the UK. I have drummers and guitar players in the UK, in Denmark, some in Germany, now in Croatia.
So now, who are
So
you bringing any? Are these guys that you're going to do the American dates with? Are they going to do the entire solo thing with you, or are they just going to do this US and then when you go off to
the,
UK, you got somebody else there?
that's what I do. Yeah. Now, a
Okay.
lot of these players have done enough shows. They know my book. And every time we go out, we try to add new songs. But they know my book. They know what happens, what needs to happen, and we show up and do a rehearsal at sound check,
Hmm.
sometimes a couple
Hmm.
hours, and then we go. I like to keep it wide open as well. We do a lot of improvisational stuff that I
Okay.
like to dig. I love to work with the audience. I like for people to walk away and go, "That was fun. That was really cool. It's not what I expected. It's beyond what I expected." Not only are they playing the songs and he's singing the songs, but he's having fun with the audience. Audience participation is key in my world
Yeah.
as a performer. So people walk away having had a good time, and I appreciate that. But so in the US, without getting too technical into the business side, there's a bit of a problem with visa
Okay.
now. It's
Gotcha.
become it's
That's a
become a
that's a lot.
problem
That's a problem you hear a lot about.
more and more and more.
Yes.
So without creating any problem for the tour, any problems for the tour or the players or whatever, because if they get busted working here, they won't be able to come back for 5 years or eight
Right.
years or
Right.
10
Right.
years.
There's a penalty.
And yeah, so I have a drummer that I met in Switzerland who's amazing. And then I have a guitar player that's in LA, coming out of AMI. And these guys are great. They're young cats, but they're hungry. They're great players, man. They got it
Oh,
all.
great.
And I kind of like sharing my experience with them, what it is to go out on a real tour and playing, the bigger
You're breaking
stages and
them
all.
in.
I didn't want to say that, but a bit of that. All of them have done some work to some extent, but not like this.
Right.
So what's going to happen is they're going to, I'm kind of exposing them to another demographic, another level, if you will, and they're going to fly because they always do. And I always tell them, listen, if I'm going to bring you on, man, you will start, take care of business, play your ass off, learn this stuff, perform on stage, sing and play and do what you got to do. They look amazing. They're very
Hmm.
young. They're really good looking boys. But they will get called, offers.
Right,
And I'm
right, right.
happy for them. And I always tell
Because
them
now they will be noticed.
a little more. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say. So I would say, always respect the fact that that's going on, and always give me the courtesy of letting me know that you're getting all these other calls that you got to split. And I will not get in your way. I will support it. I just need to cover if I have a bunch of dates that I've scheduled you in for,
You got to do them.
you got to do them. You got to
That's
do
it.
them. But there are exceptions. Well, I'll say, if Jimmy Page is calling them, to play with that,
Right,
you,
right, right.
I'm being extreme, but
Right. No,
you know
no.
what I
For
mean.
example, yeah.
The point is, they do the work, they deliver, they deserve the breaks because that was given to me.
Right.
That's how I started getting the breaks. But so they're ready, man. They are chomping at the bit. They are working, learning the stuff. So the trio,
How long is your set list going to be?
I think we're going to have 75 minutes between Vinny and myself. So what we wanted to do,
But
Adrian
it's
was,
going to be separate. It's going to be you, then Vinny, then Adrian. Is that how it's
yes,
supposed to be?
exactly. I'll
Okay.
open the set. But what happened here is Adrian and me, we were scheduled, and I wanted to add a little more to the package. Vinny, I had met him in I know who he was, obviously. He's an amazing guitar player.
Well,
He's
the last thing he did was UFO.
Yeah, UFO. And so I met him personally face to face and we got to hang. We did a show together in Slovakia. That was very cool, and I was so impressed. And his playing, I knew that, but I'm impressed as a human being, as a cat, new guy,
He's a
that I met.
Pennsylvania boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So hopefully he'll come tomorrow. We're working on that. But he I said, bro, packages right now is what's going on. This is
Yes.
what needs to happen because we can get better offers, pay better rooms, and it'll help with the budget. So you have to learn how to navigate all this stuff. And he says, would you be interested if I try to put some things here? Absolutely. So this is the first time I talked to my agent, and he says, absolutely yes. So I'll come up, do my stuff, and then he'll come up and play with my band.
Oh,
We'll do,
great.
yeah, 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 yeah. We're not,
Great.
so he'll be the fourth member. He'll play some of my stuff with us. We're going to tip our hat to Thin Lizzy, of course. Tip our hat to Ted Nugent, my years in Thin Lizzy and Ted
Mm-hmm.
Nugent. With emphasis on me playing my original music. I
Us.
have to do that. I
Yes.
have to. I insist on it. And when we can pull it off, we do. So then he comes up, we'll play some of my stuff. Then we'll tip our hat to UFO, and then he'll do some of his stuff. Great evening. We take a break, and then Adrian gets up and does
Oh,
his
so
thing.
Vinny is not going to have a band. He's going to be like a special guest with you.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Because you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
what? You know, Marco, how they made the advert in the beginning? It looked like it was all three of you, so like a super group,
Well,
and that you guys were gonna like be together and then do UFO, do Whitesnake, do this, do that, and then as it was spoken, it was like no, this guy they're playing and Adrian's doing my years with Whitesnake. That's
right.
that's how it's written out now.
Yeah. Adrian wants to do his thing, and I respect that. And we worked together in Holland. We did 16 shows, sold them out. It was great. I understand that, but we wanted to have a night of rock,
A
and
celebration.
instead of yeah, celebration of rock and roll, classic rock, and instead of me bringing my three cats, four cats, and Vinny bringing his four cats, and we're talking about 25 people on the road or 20
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and
It's
so
cost
it's
consuming.
not, yeah. So this is what's going to happen, and there is talks about. By the way, those ads that were put out, we had no control over it. This is AI stuff, which that's another conversation, a long
Yeah,
one that
yeah.
I'm really, really,
Well, when you
uh,
like I said, please come back, bro, and we'll talk
really,
about everything.
really saddened about what's going on with that because the pictures, the images, they don't even look like us. And they're talking about they do whatever they want. They have the freedom to do that, and the fans are confused.
Well, that's
We're
what I'm
gonna
saying. That's how it was represented. It looked like it was
not
all the three of you guys were playing together. That's how
so
it first came out.
So there was a conversation, and I won't say never, but for all of us to end up on stage.
Like a
But
final
that will
song
be,
jam type
but
of thing?
it'll be a surprise. We
Yeah,
don't want to. We want people to show up for that and then go extra. You throw some extra salt and pepper and spices in there, and do some stuff that's going to be killer.
right.
The connection that Adrian and I have is a Whitesnake connection, and people want to see that. So it'll be cool, man. It's going to be a great night of rock and roll, and I'm really looking forward to that. Please get your tickets.
Yes.
It's very important, and they're offering some VIP stuff to meet and greet, and you walk away with some special swag. And
Yeah, there's only about 19 dates, so I mean, it's a very limited run in the U.S.
it is. There's already talks and offers for next year
Okay.
between us. Well, between us and your audience.
Yeah, you know what pisses me off though with
Excuse me.
Adrian?
Hmm.
His solo work is
It's
phenomenal.
amazing.
Those first
Yeah.
four albums is like to me
Yes.
like the Van Halen first four albums of his,
Yes.
and he doesn't appreciate to play it. He plays
No, no,
Burning
no,
Heart.
no.
He
No.
plays two Vandenberg. So I just saw this tour last year. He played
Yeah.
two Vandenberg songs, Marco, and everything else was Whitesnake.
Can I say there's a lot of elements behind the scenes, man. It's unfortunate, but the people who are making the decision of what they buy and what they want to sell, they kind of navigate it. They control it,
Mm,
you know.
okay.
Um, it's been done all over the place. You know, Glenn, when he went out and did the Purple Years, it blew up. And
He did
Glenn
that
has
for like
got,
5 years straight.
bro, have you gone into his catalog? He's got some beautiful, I mean, amazing. And the same
I'm one
thing
of the
with
best,
Adrian.
biggest Glenn
Adrian,
Hughes fans. It's
yeah,
the first couple of stuff, the Burning Live in Japan. Oh my God!
yeah. And
From
listen,
here
man,
on, that album itself is a masterpiece.
the buyers, the agents controlling the business, they don't want to lose money. And we have to talk about this.
So I play the
They they
hits.
they don't want to roll the dice and see what happens because there's a lot of money involved and a lot
Yeah,
of investment. And I understand it's a business as well. But
right.
if you're
Show
smart,
business,
if you're smart, you go out there, you sell that package, and you throw in a little bit of
sneak it in.
surprises here and there. Yeah, and I do that all the time
Gotcha.
because I've been lucky enough to play with so many cats. We're even throwing a lot of the guitar players. When I don't want to ruin the surprise, but a lot of the guitar players that I work with, that work with me, are Satriani and Vibe fans from way back, from they were
Right.
when they were in school, and. So guess what? They know all that stuff inside and out, and
Because they played it in that room.
they play it well. So we like to spice things up and throw some surprises in there. But I will say this, my journey right now has been about playing my music. I got that call. I have to do it. If I don't do that, I'm going to end up playing, 2 hours of
Somebody
Whitesnake
else's music
songs and
forever.
Thinless is, and Journey
Right.
Through Time and Nugent and
And Black Star
Dolores
Riders.
O'Riordan, Black Star Riders.
Yeah.
I could very easily fill out a 2 hour set, not a problem. But no, that's the other thing that's going on. We need to inspire the kids coming up to write their stuff. We need new music, Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to end up in a world of tribute. Think about that.
Yeah.
Yes, the music is great. Yes, we experienced this era of music that was amazing. But what about the future? Where are we going with this? And
Yeah.
now with AI, that's being all compromised. I tell every kid I get, bro, write your own music. Start now.
Don't go to Chat GBT and say, Make me a song."
Yes.
Right.
Write your own music. You start now, get the process going. Yes, if you're playing with a local band, your friends, do pay tribute to this band that talk about your song, your music. This is ours. Uh, and I will say this, without sounding pretentious, I know I have good songs. I know
Do.
I have. I have good music, and we have a great time playing it, and they sound great. The reviews we get from live performances are always great. The albums got great reviews, et cetera, et cetera. But we don't have the recognition because we don't have the marketing and all the promotion that we had.
Right.
But I'm out there flying that flag, bro. Find play your original music as much as you can, and we have a blast. But so yeah, that tour is going to be great. If you can get your tickets now, it's going to be. There's a lot of surprises in store for y'all.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
starting in August.
August,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then
So if you got plenty of time to purchase your tickets now,
to
and
plan, yeah, and there'll be more coming from that package. Um, also, Black Star Riders, which I'm really excited to
you
do.
got booked for that. So now, uh, did they make a new album, or they're going on from the last album touring wise?
Black
Is that
Star,
Brian that?
Black Star will be playing. Um, I did the first album, and
Yes.
then something happened. I left. I think the Dead Daisies, whatever happened. But I did. Then I had surgery. I think I was out of commission for a minute. I had my knee surgery, and so they moved forward, and I think they did three more albums after that, or
Yes.
two, three.
Yeah, and you got and those two is two, and that's starting in September.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
So
we're not gonna. Yeah, again, it's all European
it's all
dates.
Europe and it's Germany. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And that's
and
two, four,
but
six, eight. That's over almost 15 dates on that.
15 dates. Taiketo, we're playing there with
And with
Taiketo.
Taiketo, yeah, that's great too. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we'll be playing a lot of the catalog, a lot of the Black
That
Star
first album
catalog.
is
I know
brutal, brutal, man,
all hell
brutal.
breaks loose. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know.
Can I bring this up though?
Yes,
Playing with Thin Lizzy, I think Brian Downey is one of the most underrated drummers
I agree,
ever,
100%,
ever.
100%.
I mean, were you and I, especially the age when I saw you guys play at Starland in New Jersey?
Hmm.
I was right in front of you, Marco, and
Oh,
watching and because you were my guy right there, and Vivian was next to you, and then Ricky,
hmm.
and then Scott, and then Darren was over there, and then Downey was behind.
Yeah.
And I had a good visual sight of Brian Downey playing these songs,
Oh, he's
Massacre.
great.
Oh, and the age that he is still playing this
Uh-huh.
stuff.
He's still playing great,
In
bro.
awe, in awe. If no one really know, I say it's a sin. Like us knows the Thin Lizzy catalog.
Yeah,
Like and they said, and Eddie Trunk always says when you ask somebody about Thin Lizzy, boys are back in town and maybe cowboy song.
yeah.
You know the catalog
Jailbreak.
in
It's got to
Jailbreak.
be. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and like I said, we don't have to talk about it now, but it just must have been unreal. I mean, you guys were a package and a solid. That's some of the greatest players up there playing this shit, man.
I agree 100%. Bro, there's something going on for January 4th in Dublin with Brian.
Okay, they gotta have a celebration.
So look it up. We did it
Oh,
this year and it went so well. It was so successful. If they want to do it next year, and I'm committed to do it. And Brian's going to be there. So,
wow.
bro, that's another situation that we forgot. Like I said, there's so much going on. Um,
I mean, listen, I could talk to you for 10 hours.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
There's so much
honestly.
going on.
Yeah, I mean, and
Playing,
it's great. You remember everything. You know, it's you're still there, which is fantastic about it, bro.
yeah, I'm honestly, when we start talking about it, I'm going, wow, that's right. I forgot about that. But I don't forget.
Yeah,
It's almost like there's so much going on in front of me that I
right.
focus on that. But that was another call that I got that was amazing. It was mind blowing. And the story is, if you want to know, real fast,
Please,
I
please.
was working with John Sykes. John came and heard about me. I was playing a local jazz club. I was playing a lot of jazz fusion, uh, and I was playing fretless six bass exclusively. I wasn't playing anything else. And I got to say, that's what got me on the map. That's what got me noticed a little more because I was playing different.
Mhm.
Whatever I was doing was different. It was my
Tony
voice.
Franklin was doing that also at the time, so he was getting. And look what his resume is too,
Yeah.
playing
So
fretless.
Tony Franklin, when the Blue Murder album came out, I was a big fan. and still am. That first album, there's no comparison. What they had, what they produced, what they wrote, what they
But
played
nothing but
like, what
trouble
what
kicks ass, brother.
yeah,
Sorry.
but it came out, and it was one of those things that the industry went, whoa. First of all, it was John Sykes, Carmine Appice, and Tony Franklin, that had credits forever.
Right.
These were heavy cats, uh, bringing the resume with, but the song, the singing, John, the playing, the compositions, the mix, everything, the production was stupid, and it was Geffen. It was a major release,
Right.
so it got all the marketing and promotion that those states have had to offer that industry that back then. So we all got it, and I'm a big Fretless fan. So right away I heard Tony's tone, and I'm like, "Holy, this is beautiful." Got the album, listening to it. Fast forward, I was working with what was I doing? I think I had done the Bill Ward album, and I was doing some session work around LA. I was with my jazz trio traveling the world. And then I did a few things with Al Jarreau, with Edgar Winter. I was just, yeah, I was getting some calls,
Well, I
right?
can't. I want to hear Al Jarreau stories the next time we get.
Out of that field. Well,
Listen,
this
listen,
trio,
listen, dude. God bless you. Oh my God, Marco.
this trio, brother, this trio, we had achieved something that was different. It was creating a buzz in LA and all over the world. There's a live album that I'm thinking about re-releasing again because it's undeniable. The vibe that we created, this is in 94, 95, maybe.
Hmm.
And what we were doing was unique to what was, going on in the industry. So we had the reputation, people would come in, little club, 110, 120, packed, right? In the valley, Lava Lee. And I mean, we would have Shaka Khan come in and sit in with us.
Wow.
Sheila E. would come in and play with us. Rhonda Smith, Prince's bass player, would come in and hang out. Stevie Wonder, I could go down the list. David Lee Roth came in and auditioned me there, offered me the gig. Ted Nugent came in, David Coverdale. Should I go? Keep going? These cats came in to hear me and do what I was doing with that trio, and I got work.
Mm.
Well, the same thing goes with John Sykes. Something happened. They fell apart after the first album. I think it was a power move. I don't want to say what it is. I love all of them. I love Carmine. I have all the respect for him as a drummer, as a person. We are friends. Tony, I love what he's done. Also, I have a lot of respect for him. And John, is John. He's
Yeah.
coming out of freaking Tigers of Pantang into Lizzy into Whitesnake. He was definitely a force to be reckoned with and a talent that was just undeniably like insane. So the rap was there, the credit was there, the album was there. I'm a big fan, and we're doing my set, and he walks in. John comes in with his wife and the drummer, Tommy Osteen, and of course, the long blonde hair, the whole thing. He had a presence
Good
about him.
looking bastard, man.
Yeah, but he had this aura about him that demanded energy. He had this energy about him, and everybody turns around and go, "Whoa, that's John." He sat down. They did what they did. We played our set, and our set, and I'm playing a lot of, we're all playing some heavy stuff, a lot of notes, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. Very rewarding musically, challenging but rewarding. And I took a break. We always used to play two sets, and I take a break. I said, "We'll be back in 20 minutes." He came right up to me. He says, I'm John Sykes. I said, "Oh, you are, man. I'm a big fan. What's up?" "Well, I don't have a bass player, and I'm looking to replace Tony. And you come highly recommended. You play fretless. I need a fretless bass player that can play fretted and sing and all that. And wondering if you could come in the studio, check it out." And I said, "Absolutely, yes. Now, let's go now." No, but so a week went by, and I went over and I heard what was going on with the new album, and a lot of unfinished tracks. Some were finished, and so that was it, man. Him and I hit it off in the studio, just him and I solo. and we connected in a musical way,
Mm.
and uh, and that was it. Yeah, nothing but trouble happened, and I ended up doing a lot of work. After
You did
that,
solo albums
we
also
did it.
after
So there
that.
was six, 7 or 8
I
albums, bro.
know,
I
I
I,
know.
I
You
can't keep
lasted the
track.
longest out of everybody, bro.
Yeah. Uh, but he was my. The reason why I'm bringing him up is because with his tenure with Thin Lizzy, we were in Japan doing a Blue Murder show with Udo, who was the biggest promoter in
Oh
Japan,
yeah, Mr. Yeah, we know
world
Mr. Udo.
world famous and respected. And when you're working with him, he's serious business. So he would do a with selected artists, he would do a ritual where at the end of the tour he would bring you to one of his restaurants and do the Kobe beef, thing. And and they're talking, and I'm sitting here, John's there, Mr. Udo's right there, and they're talking. So happened to be that he became really good friends with Phil Lynott, Udo, and he was a big fan of Thin Lizzy, like huge. So are you staying in touch with the boys? And John says, yeah, we talk from time to time. He says, what do you think if we do something to, pay tribute to Phil? His anniversary was coming. And why don't you call the boys and see if you could put it together? Are you interested? John said, yeah, absolutely. So we came back. For me, I was, this is something that happened between them. I'm like,
Hmm. Hmm.
I came home and I started doing my work and a lot of sessions and all that. And then about a month goes by and then he calls me. He says, Marco, this thing in Japan is coming together. And so obviously we need a bass player. And I put your name in. I think you're the right guy. Because in the set, we would play a lot of the Thin Lizzy songs that he composed with Phil, you
Did
know.
Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, from the Thunder and
Yeah,
Lightning,
Cold
exactly.
Sweat, stuff like
Cold
that.
Sweat,
Yeah.
Thunder and Lightning, uh, The Sun Goes Down,
Yes.
a lot of a
That's a
lot of the
great
stuff,
song. Great
great
song.
stuff. So
Uh,
many songs. Please Don't Leave Me, which is
you,
a huge hit in Japan.
you know what? His Marco, his playing could make a man cry, a grown man.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's why
agree.
it's such a sin that he stayed away for so long and did nothing.
Well,
You know
that's another story, bro.
and that's
That's
it's such wasted talent, my man. That's what really is called wasted
I
talent.
agree. And that's another story, and that's
Yeah.
another
So
interview.
anyway,
I
so
I
yeah,
have
but
I,
I had to put that. I had to just say
no,
that.
it's so true, and I have my information, inside info that sometimes in the right context it could be shared, but there was a reason for it all, and
Yeah.
he just got to the place where he got fed up with the abuse and uh, the misfortunes that he went through in the business. uh, things were not cool for him. But anyway,
Anyway,
very emotional, extremely emotional cat like we all are. And when you don't have the tools to navigate that stuff, it really hurts you. It really
yeah.
brings you down. And that's what it was. But anyway, so he calls, he says, the guys are coming in because the tour's going to start in a month or 2 months or whatever. And we're doing 7 shows. And it'll be all, Thin Lizzy paying tribute to Phil.
And it was that the Aldridge lineup?
No,
Was
this
that
was it was Brian.
okay?
This
And so
was
who's the lineup then? You, John, him, Scott.
so this is the Thunder and Lightning lineup, bro.
Oh, wow,
Plus me in it.
wow!
And if you do some digging, we
It's
did a
out there.
3 hour set, 3 hour set live, recorded in Japan. Uh, but what happened was he told me, I told the boys about you, and I think you're the guy because you've been playing this stuff. I think you're perfect. And so just do your homework. And I did. I got a hold of Tower Records was still around, and I got a hold of all the VHS. I did my homework. I studied his playing, his everything. I learned, I don't know, 30 songs that I felt couldn't get a set list, the usual. Because these guys are beyond that. It's like they live in a different world.
Yeah.
But I'm coming in as a new guy, so I wanted to do my homework, and I memorized stuff to the best of my ability. And then I made a few notes on a few songs that I wasn't too clear about. Anyway, I came in, and I know they had to talk to a few other cats because the word gets out. But I came in, I think I was the first cat, and we played for half an hour. And Brian, I could feel Brian just checking me out, man. Downey, you know, very
Because he's the
important, the
one that's going to
relation.
work with you.
Yeah. And, he's worked with the man, with Phil. They had a relationship that was
Yeah.
very strong. So I'm in there, and I'm, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go, and I'm doing the best I can, the best of my ability. And they're throwing, some deep cuts here and there, and we get through it. We get through it. Black Rose, cool, wow, awesome.
Emerald.
And I'm Emerald, some dark ones like
Angel of Death.
Opium Trail,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
which is kind
Suicide.
of, yeah, Suicide, which is on the, Opium Trail is a little bit on the prog side,
Yeah.
very cool stuff. Their catalog was so stupid. Uh,
Ridiculous.
so we got to playing, and we took a break, about an hour and a half, and we took a break, and we came back, and then they threw some even deeper cuts, and I got through them. And a few times I did pull out some notes. I'm not proud of that, but it was a bit overwhelming, and I wanted to do a good job. We finished, and then Scott comes to me, Marco, you want to go to Japan? Boom, and that was it. So we went and did this run, and uh, the rest of the world heard about it,
Mm.
and then the rest is history. This is only going to be exclusive Japan thing, 7 shows. We shot video, we recorded live the whole thing. And Mark O'Toole was the manager and tour manager. He passed away. It was so well done, man. Well produced. What we had a screen, it was all about Phil, paying tribute to
Yeah.
him. And the audiences, the show sold within hours. They sold out 7 shows, big rooms. So we came back, and then I had an agent in Europe that got in touch with me. I had worked with other projects. He says, Marco, tell the guys, man, are they interested? And I called Scott and I called John and said, guys, one of my guys is interested in putting a tour together in Japan, I mean, in Europe. And they said, yeah, put the numbers together and see if it's something that could be done. I did all the work with this guy, did all the budget, the touring, the schedule, all the logistical stuff, you know, a lot of work, man. And I'm not made for this,
Hmm.
but put it together. Long story short, it happened. So now we're in Europe, and all these states start coming in and in and in and in. And that was it. Then Brian decides he doesn't, it's too much work. I don't want to work this much. I don't think Thin Lizzy worked that much, to be honest. They would go on these short little runs. If
You
you
were
look at,
grinding.
yeah, we were grinding because all of a sudden there's, the original lineup minus Phil playing Thin Lizzy songs. And there was a large group of no Phil, no Thin Lizzy. But 80%, 85, 90%, they were like, bring on the music. We want to hear the music. So it started growing and growing and growing. And that's what happened, man. All of a sudden, Thin Lizzy's back on the scene. And the rest that happens in the industry started happening. The offers, the labels, that. It got bigger than expected. And then that's when the stress comes in and the pressures come in and the estate got involved. And I don't know, all the, logistical and the private stuff that happened because I wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. It kind of, it turned it into something else because it was growing globally and it fell apart. So Brian decided to
I got
bail.
to see you at Birch Hill, New Jersey with
Mhm.
this, and in Brooklyn. You
Ah,
guys
nice.
played. And
It was very strong, man. This
and was
lineup
was
with
was
Brian.
Tommy the answer for Brian automatically, Aldridge?
Exactly, because Tommy and I had worked with John on a few tours. We did a few albums with him, and
A
Tommy
machine.
Aldridge,
A
exactly.
machine. Oh,
And I remember he came in to spin. We were in Barcelona. We were rehearsing there at the venue before the show, the first show, and he was coming out of something else. He came in and killed it. He's just Tommy is. Tommy Aldridge, you know.
Amazing.
And he did, I do have to say, it's a different kind of playing, but it
And
works
he's a little
so well.
flashier, you know,
And
playing
what he's
wise.
a his energy, man, it's just so strong. It
He
just
still has the
drives.
body of a 22-year-old.
Yeah, he's a dear friend. I love him to death, man. All the
Crazy.
respect. And I played with a lot of drummers. He's a brother. He's unique. He's Tommy Aldridge. That's all I
Amazing.
want to say. And what he plays is just Tommy Aldridge's signature. So what he brought was a different energy, and it was just driving, man. It was really happening. And then they decided to. We were doing a simulcast, live simulcast in Germany. I remember in Hanover. It was the second show, and we go out there, and Michael Schenker was opening up. Glenn Hughes was opening up.
Oh,
I know,
what a lot. Oh my God.
I know,
I want
and
to be in that time machine and go back to that, bro.
I experienced all this stuff, brother,
Unbelievable.
and I forget until I start talking about it. I'm going, wow,
Yeah,
I got chills. I'm a big fan of Glenn's, and I'm a big fan of music and guitar players. Schenker is definitely one of those guys.
absolutely.
John absolutely loved Schenker. He was, for him, he was a big influence and inspiration for John. And I didn't know that until he told me. He says,
Yeah,
Marco,
yeah.
he's the cat, one of the cats, him and Gary Moore and a few others, you know. But so that's what it was. Simulcast live, and something happened. There was a deal made behind the scenes, and we have the tape, we have everything. Let's print an album, and it's called One Night Only, Thin Lizzy. If people have forgotten about it, but it's if you can get your hands on it, get it because it's
I
amazing.
have the CD. It's
Yeah, there you
fantastic.
go. And
Fantastic.
uh, and it's really cool. It's live, but you hear Tommy playing like Tommy, and you hear John and Scott killing it. Darren was there, and John, his vocals, brother. Wow,
Outstanding.
he knew
And
that stuff
consistently, which is
every night,
unbelievable.
every night, and then the playing on top. We did a lot of Thunder and Lightning stuff, and we did a lot of the Emerald and Black Rose and Jailbreak, of course, and the Rocker, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's great. Great.
And it's raw freaking energy right there, right? And all that stuff. Still in love with you.
Oh, the tone and the solo on that.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous.
So
Ridiculous.
that was my connection. The reason why I brought John is because he
Yeah.
was the reason why I ended up with Thin Lizzy. And if I
The
look back,
reformation.
it was like 20 years that I off and on. I had prior commitments. I couldn't do certain runs, but I was there.
Yeah, man.
And so I have a little bit of history. There's a lot for me to talk about and share with the public, with the fans, and I'm Showtime was the beginning of that. I got to tell you, we did it under stress or under a necessity to do something. Not stress, but we weren't playing live, so we wanted to create something.
Yeah.
And to our surprise, it sold. People were interested. They just bought it. We're on the third printing now. It's selling numbers like nobody's business. Unexpected. And now we're doing that in Spanish. We're looking at German too. We did it ourselves, Mark and I, you know,
That's awesome.
we own that book. So now we're talking about maybe talking about all these things, you know.
So, you want to bring up your bass amp?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, a few years ago, I hooked up with Black Star amplification. Black Star is very well known for guitar amps, and they got legendary status. They've got on the, I don't know anybody that doesn't play or own or they know of Black Star guitar amps. A few years ago, we had a meeting at NAMM show. They wanted to step into the bass amplification world, and they approached me to be one of the guys to help them out. And we came to agreement, and so here we are. And I'm very impressed with the amp, man. It's killing. 700 watts. We're talking about doing a few things, changing a few things here or there. We'll see what the future brings.
Is it for sale?
But yeah, absolutely. The bass amp, the 700, is for sale. We came out with a signature practice amp, the Marco Mendoza signature practice amp on Black Star. We kept it affordable, and what it is, it's a way to test the market. We wanted to see how many units we could sell, how
Hmm.
many people would be interested, because we're talking about coming up with the full stack here in the near future. So uh, to our surprise, again, we got so many orders that it's out of
Great,
control.
great,
Production is going to take a minute, and U.S. is the biggest market. Germany, France, Turkey, Japan. So it's going to be a good couple of years coming up. And I got to tell the bass players out there, and even guitar players, because I have a few friends of mine. I I let them borrow my things, and they love it for guitar. It's got that heavy tone. It's a great practice amp. You could even do smaller gigs with it, to be
great.
honest. And it's the Black Star tone, which is the Marshall tone. It's the whole family comes from there, and they know tone, man. What can I say? Marshall's always been about tone. Black Star is about tone, and the reason why they're so successful out there with the guitar amplification is because they understand that, and a great bunch of people there in England, and so we're out there trying to make a difference in the bass world. So if
And
you're a
is
bass
that
player,
amp
guitar player,
and those amps are going to be on the road with you also?
they're being yeah. I'm using the set right now. I'm using that, yeah, and I play exclusively Black Star
Great.
bass amplification, and they are being delivered as we speak. This week, maybe by next week, they'll all be in stores. So please take a minute and go check it out. Your local retailers, and we want to hear your feedback, because it's a work in progress. Anything we can do to improve and on the product like that, we want to make a difference. And I was very clear with them. I said, bro, it's just business is business, but I know players and I know musicians. We're very finicky about tone and this and that. Let's just come up with a product that people are gonna dig. And so far, it's been great. So check it out, man. Do you play? Of course you do. You have to play
Yeah, I play.
guitar.
I'm more on the singing side.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Cool.
I was because I love Halford and
Yeah.
Dio and so forth. So I was the guy in the shower, and I'm the guy at the karaoke singing Delilah. So
Oh,
that's my
nice.
range. You know, like I can do. You too, man. You can hit the high notes, man.
Oh,
When you got it, bro.
Tom Jones. You
Yes,
got
sir.
that operatic tenor
Yeah, that,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I could go down to Tony Orlando. I'm a '70s guy. I think the
Uh-huh.
'70s music was the
Tony
best
Orlando
music
and
ever created.
Dawn.
Oh yeah, and like
Knock
I
three
love the Elton
times.
John Philadelphia Freedom. You know, I'm
Nice.
that
Uh-huh.
genre that with music wise.
I love it. It's all great music,
Yeah,
man. And Tom Jones, I'm a big fan. Still, he's killing it
yeah,
out there.
unbelievable in the
And of
'70s. So
course,
rocking.
Ronnie Dio, who left a massive mark in the music world. And
So I tell this story to everybody. I'm 12 years old. I'm listening to AM radio, so I'm
mm,
listening to all those the hits, the Osmonds, the this and that. I was a Kiss fan. I knew who Deep Purple was. I knew what Led Zeppelin was. And a guy comes on my block, and he's 19 years old, and I meet him. His name was John Calciano, and God rest his soul. He
mm,
comes to me and he goes, I went into his room. And he goes, "So what do you listen to, kid?" "Oh, I love Kiss." He goes, "Sit down." Puts on Rainbow on Stage, Catch the Rainbow.
mm,
Puts on UFO, Strangers in the Night. Puts on Deep Purple, Child in Time, and that was it, Marco.
you're
That
in.
was it changed the trajectory of my life forever after that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, I hear you, man. And those things happen for a reason, right?
Unbelievable.
Uh,
Which got me here, bro.
yeah,
To
but
this.
exactly. And but again, you were available for that. And who's to say that you would have been a different person? Was not I'm not into it. Those are the
Right.
little seconds that define our whole life, man. It's a trip. But when it comes to music, it's undeniable, man. When it's good, it could be any genre. I love songs. I love singers, and
There's
I
a
love,
reason why you can listen to a song 10,000 times and
yeah,
still enjoy it like you heard it the first and second time,
yes, because
you
it
know?
pushes your buttons,
And
your
it gives you
buttons, man.
emotion and memories of where you were and what time it was, things were going on in your life. For the,
Absolutely.
like Billy, Don't Be a Hero.
Uh-huh.
Bo
Wow.
Donaldson. I can
Yeah,
listen
yeah,
to
yeah.
that, bro,
Uh-huh.
every day and still feel the emotion of when I was like 8 years old. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
with Memorial weekend, American Pie.
Now, of course, Don
Bye bye,
McLean.
American Pie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, all that stuff.
All right,
All
so
that stuff.
let's listen. I had you a lot longer than I should have.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
God.
fine.
God bless you. And
Thank
do you
you.
want to wrap up with anything other than the
Yeah,
tour dates and stuff, like
yeah, well,
websites?
yeah, I just want, Marco Mendoza official on Instagram, marcomendoza.com is my website. All that will guide you
And
into
listen, it is him because I direct messaged this person, and he
me.
was kind enough to get back to me, answer me, and here we are today
Yeah.
because of it.
I do have to say that I don't usually do that. It got really crazy, overwhelming. And I'm glad we
And
connected.
I'm
That's
blessed that you actually answered.
another reason why we connected. But I'm going to give you all my personal stuff
Thank
before
you.
when this is over. But yeah, man, we're buddies now. We're
Thank you, brother.
family.
Thank you. I
Okay.
feel that. Thank
But
you.
but I do want to say my focus has been, as much as I hate to keep pushing it because I have to. My original music, I
Mhm.
really believe in it. I really believe in the content, the writing, the production, the lyrics. It's music that makes you feel good. So please take the time to go digging in for my original stuff.
All your
I have
stuff is on
four.
iTunes and
Yes, I have
Spotify.
four albums. I have Live for Tomorrow.
Right.
And I have, on that album, I have Ted Nugent, Steve Lukather, Richie Kotz, and Doug Aldridge, to name a few on guitar. Richie Kotzen producing and co-writing with me and singing. I have Tommy Aldrich on drums, Brian Tichy on that album, and my son Marco, who's playing bass, is killing it out there. He's very successful. The second album's a little eclectic. Casa Mendoza, we called it, like a buffet of music because it stylistically goes all over the place.
Right.
Some people dig it. It's not for everybody, but
Live
people are
for
digging it.
Tomorrow also.
Yeah, yeah. Live for Tomorrow is the first album. Yeah, but Casa Mendoza is the second album. Uh, uh, that's a mascot. And then the last two, which is Target Mighty Music, which is Viva La Rock and New Direction. I want to ask
They're
your
both
listeners,
fantastic.
your audience, to take the time and check it out, man. There's some stuff for everybody. And I really appreciate the support. I'm trying to get as many listeners as possible so I can play out my music
Well,
live.
I'm going to spread this out as far as I can, also, Marco, to
Yes,
this
sir.
interview. So
And we'll
it
see
will
you in
go out
August.
today.
Okay, brother. And
Absolutely,
we'll see you
absolutely.
in August for sure. And we'll be in touch, you and me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
send me your phone number and I'll get in touch.
Great. So
Are
I'm
we
going to
done?
wrap up now. Don't go away.
Mm-mm.
And I want to thank everybody for being on. And this was all. And I'm going to tell you, everybody. I asked him how much time Marco had. He said, man, 30, 40 minutes. We're almost 2 hours.
Wow. I
So
told you I
and it
like to
go, but it
talk.
goes quick, don't it, brother?
It goes quick, and there's a lot more that got
Right.
left unsaid. And there's
And it's the company we keep too that makes it
yes, sir.
enjoyable.
Yes, sir.
It is. So
Yeah.
everybody, again, want to thank you. My name is Paulie Christine. Please follow us on Facebook at Hard Rock History Show. And we just started an Instagram, Hard Rock History Show. And like I said, I'm going to forward this to Marco, and Marco put this on his page when the interview comes out later on. So
Mhm.
everybody keep on rocking, and thank you very much for being Doc. Again, thank you, Marco. God bless you. I love you, man.
You too, brother.
Take care.
Peace. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.